ready to saw, ready to go. So this is what I need to build my little work table to support my table saw. I have 20 feet of 2x4 reclaimed and recycled from a neighbor across the street who's taken out some walls, building a room. I have about 60 inches of white board, or you could use 1x10. I'm trying to make it a little bit lighter, so I'm using particle board. And then another 60 inches of 1x4. I've got some recycled stuff here from old shelving unit. I'm using that. And then I'm using this 1 1/4 inch closet doweling that's been recycled. So everything I have that I'm building this is from recycled materials. And I'm hopefully will shave down these 2x4s and make them just a touch lighter. So let's get started. I've got multiple cuts at 22.5 inches. So I use my speed square to mark off the 22.5. I've drawn a line here. Now I'm going to screw a board in here to make my jig. Tighten it up a little bit. There we go. Nice. Okay, right on our line. So now let's proceed with some cuts. So on this board I drew some sample lines I had measuring from here, so I'm going to cut along here, see if we're close. So I cut right along that. My sample draw 22.5 looks pretty right on target. So let's keep going and give it a whirl. So I now have these pieces, and I am now, instead of sanding these, because again this was construction grade lumber, I'm just setting my table saw up to just take off a 1/16 of an inch. For a little stool, a little construction stool, that's just as good as sanding. It's a heck of a lot faster. So I just got the sides to do, so let's finish that up. To get the hole in the same distance, I have measured this one and I have cut one of these, and I've scored this so I'll know where to drill a hole. So let's show you how I do it. So I line this up exactly with the distance there, and that's set there. So I have these edges lined up. So I just put my drill bit in the old hole, and I proceed to score it a little bit, and then I know exactly where I need to start with my hole, and I'll put it in my vise and finish it up. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do a little assembly. So we have our inside leg here. It goes into these two, and we have 1 and 2 here. I'm going to pre-drill this into the long legs. So this will hold the dowel pin. Then we're going to screw in the same leg this other piece of dowel. So let's now we're going to come down about 6 inches and put our top on one side. So I have a mark right here. So we're going to drill these to the centermost arms. Supports, and this is going to go to your legs. Okay, now we get to turn it over. This side, after we flipped it over, we screw in the top to the outside legs. Alright, then we got our drill. Support to the outer leg. Now I'm ready to saw, ready to go. So let me show you how we store the bench. Remove the saw, lift up the legs, and it's out of the way. There you go. So the whole purpose to build this little table for my table saw is to have something that's at the right height. So this is about 35 inches tabletop, and that's about the same for my workbench. So that's a comfortable height for me working at, and I felt like this would be the right height. So I built the table to the dimensions to equal 35 inches for the height of the table saw. It works great. You see me use it in the other videos. You also see me spray paint the garden bench on here. That's why the top is red now. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe down below and come back and see us real soon.